Thank you, thank you.
And your time starts.
Today I want to talk to you about my next book that I'm brewing, and in order to do that I've got to introduce you to some basic concepts behind the book. And one of those is to protect and serve, which is the tension that IT faces between protecting our information assets and serving the changing needs of the business. The second concept is that a lot of our projects fail, and I think one of the reasons they fail is because we underfund them. We spend too much on the technology of the projects and not enough on the people and process aspects of our projects. If we funded them properly, then we would more apportion it equally, and in order to do that we can't reduce the technology spend, so we have to increase the people and process spend, which means that we would run out of money. So we'd have to do less projects, yay, which would free up the money for the projects we're working on. Doing less projects would be a good thing, because the next thing I want to talk about is the fact that we're drowning in projects. Too many organisations that I see have too many of the organisations that I see have too many projects going on, and the people are being inundated by the number of projects that they have to deal with. So there's no graphics coming up. Okay, so which is a good thing, because there's a human rate of change. We can only change so fast. And if you look at any of the exponential curves that people quote, the reality in the real world, and the physics says that those curves all level off. There's always a constraining factor. And I think IT is reaching one of those constraining factors, which is that, you know, we are trying to change IT faster than it can possibly change in too many organisations. We're flogging the horse as fast as it'll go, and it simply can't go any faster than it is. IT needs to speak up and point out the risks and the dangers to the organisation. How do we do that? We do that through governance of IT, and through getting our governors to understand their responsibilities and accountabilities to IT and make informed decisions. They do informed decision making through service portfolio. Service portfolio allows the governors to understand the demand side of service management and the retirement cycle. I think IT is overheating at the moment. I think we're being driven by a thinking that comes a lot out of America. It's driven by entrepreneurship, it's driven by quarterly results, it's driven by a fixation on competitiveness and speed of change. I think we need more slow IT. This is a provocative term, okay? I actually mean slower IT. I mean that we need to slow down the demands that are being made on IT through the portfolio by the governors and executives of organisations. The quid pro quo for the organisation, if we slow IT down, is that we will be able to do faster IT on the delivery side. If we slow down the demands on IT, we can deliver faster. How can we deliver faster? Through a whole bunch of things. Everything from the good old-fashioned basic optimization and CSI. If we can get a little bit of headspace by reducing the demand side, slow IT, we can have the time for professionals to spend the 5 to 10% of their day that they should be spending on improving what they do. We can do it through standard change, good old-fashioned standard change, having the headspace to standardise more of our change so that we can accelerate change through the organisation. We can do it through lean and Kaizen, right? Lots of talk about this stuff, becoming more efficient in our processes, squeezing out the waste. You need the headspace, you need the resource to be able to implement such methodologies to gain the benefits from them. Slow IT takes the pressure off to allow us to do that. The same with outsourcing. You can only structure your organisation in such a way as to make it outsourceable. You can only modularise it by having the time and the resource to prepare the organisation to be in a state to be outsourceable. Likewise, retire and replace at the end of the service portfolio life cycle. It takes investment, it takes effort to shut down and replace, or shut down or re-engineer and replace a service with a newer, better infrastructure. Agile is all the buzz, but in order to be agile, in order to put agile methodologies in place in a legacy organisation, once again, you need that headspace, you need that time to be able to do it. And of course, the real buzz at the moment, which I'm going to talk about at the end of today a little bit as well, DevOps. DevOps requires major re-engineering of your infrastructure if you're going to be able to do that kind of thing. So we need the slow IT to take the pressure off to enable to do it. So the next book is going to be about meeting in the middle. It's going to be about how we need slow IT in terms of the organisation's demand on IT in order that we can produce fast IT, we can deliver faster on the demands that are actually made of us. Thanks very much.